Hawaii real estate closing costs. Who pays for what? I'm glad that you asked. On today's Hawaii Real Estate Roundup, we're going to answer that question for you. Hey, what's happening? It's Hal Wilkerson here with the Hawaii Real Estate Roundup. Hope this finds you doing amazing. Sorry, I had a little bit of a flub there on my start, but listen, today we're going to be talking about what are the closing costs that are associated with a real estate transaction in Hawaii and who pays for what. Does the buyer pay for it? Does the seller pay for it? You know, if you're going to buy a property in Hawaii, there's some nuances that it's important for you to understand before you get into the transaction. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to go through what some of the customary closing costs are and what those things are that are traditionally paid for by the buyer or the seller in the transactions. And so, yeah, I was actually today, I had to drop off a check for one of my clients at First American Title, which is rapidly becoming my preferred title guarantee, or, you know, my preferred title company. They're doing a really nice job for us. And while I was in there, I was browsing, and they actually had this great little document, which I thought was great. And basically, what it does is it actually just spells out pretty clearly, you know, who is responsible for what. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to just go ahead and throw this into a video because it's always nice to have it sort of spelled out for you in advance when you're getting into a deal. So first of all, it's important to know that Hawaii is an escrow state. What does that mean? Not every state is an escrow state. In fact, I think there's only like 16 or 20 states in the country that are actually escrow states. And in Hawaii, we combine our escrow companies, our title companies. And so essentially, though, an escrow state means that we have third-party companies, which by nature of the way that transactions work, the title companies have sort of taken on that additional responsibility to carry the escrow. But basically, the escrow company or the title company is going to be the one in Hawaii that's going to issue the title for any transactions that they may be handling escrow for. And so the first thing that you're going to have whenever you're putting a property into escrow, one of the first things that you're going to do is title insurance. Now, there's two separate title insurance policies. One is for the lender, which is the bank, the mortgage company. And then the other is for the lendee or the borrower or the buyer, you know, which they have to have a title insurance policy as well. Now, interestingly enough, I say they have to. They don't actually have to have a policy in the state of Hawaii, but it's so standard that everyone does it. But when I was doing a little bit of research for this video, I did find out it's actually not required. Now, the lender will always require a title insurance policy, but as the buyer, it's not necessarily required. That being said, am I going to recommend any of my clients buy a property without title insurance? Absolutely not. You need to have title insurance. Now, what does title insurance do? What it does is it ensures that when the transaction is completed, the title is going to be unencumbered. In other words, you're not going to have a mechanic's lien. You're not going to have an old foreclosure. You're not going to have some lien from maybe perhaps if it's a really old property that it still has a lien from who knows when, you know, 60, 70, 80 years ago before they may have moved to the regular system, which, by the way, check out my video on the difference between the land court and the regular system. But there's a lot of nuances, but basically that title insurance is essentially an insurance policy for you, the lender or the buyer, to basically guarantee that when you do make the transaction, that you are going to receive title in your name that is going to be unencumbered. Now, of course, as soon as you receive it, if you're taking any debt, if you've got a mortgage, you're automatically going to have a lien in that title because that's the way real estate works. So that mortgage company is going to have the first position lien, but it does ensure that there's nobody else that can come back and say, hey, you know, I have a lien against this property. Now that you own it, I'm going to come after you to pay me for my lien. And so title insurance is what everybody has to do, or all lenders do, and all buyers should do whenever they get into a transaction. But the interesting thing, or the beautiful thing about it, is that because it is coming from the seller and it's moving to the buyer, the onus or the heavier financial burden on this particular line is on the seller side. So seller pays 60% of that insurance premium and the buyer pays 40% of that insurance premium. So that's the first question. Who pays title insurance premium? It's actually split 60% seller, 40% buyer. Now, speaking of escrow, I've just talked a little bit about escrow companies. Who pays the escrow fees? Well, escrow fees are split exactly down the middle. So let's just use an example of $1,200. Okay, if a property, and it is depending on what who the vendor, who the title company or the escrow company is that you're using, they have various fees, but basically it's going to be 50-50. So it's a $1,200. If it's $1,200 for the escrow fee, it's going to be $600 for the buyer, $600 for the seller, 50-50. That's it. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. All right, notary fees. Notary fees, buyers are responsible for their own notary fees. Seller are responsible for their notary fees. Pretty simple. Recording fees. Now, when the property does finally record, the buyer, because they are the ones that are taking receipt of the property, are going to be responsible for the recording fees. And then for the seller, they actually have, if there's anything like a mortgage release, anything needed to clear the seller's title, those are obviously going to be paid by the seller. Now, what about condominium association or homeowners association fees? These are going to be the buyer's responsibility because they are going to be taking and receiving the property. All right. Something else that we always do for single family homes is we always want to do a survey. And so the seller is responsible for paying the survey fees, but the buyer receives the survey. Okay. So during the transaction, the seller will pay for a staking or a survey of the land. The buyer will receive it. And then what about conveyance taxes? So anytime that their property is being conveyed, of course, good old government's got to get their fair share. So the conveyance tax is going to be paid by the seller. And then a couple more big ones that are important are the FIRPTA and the HARPTA. FIRPTA is the foreign, basically, if it's a foreign owned property, there's going to be there is some profit made on it. And just about every property that's sold in Hawaii there's a profit made. That is going to be the FIRPTA. And then the HARPTA is going to be for any non-Hawaii U.S. state resident, or U.S. resident, but they're not Hawaii resident. They will have to pay the HARPTA if they're not going to be buying another property in the state of Hawaii. So this one actually, you see this one the most with military members, and generally, but there is a waiver for military members because most military members choose to keep their residents from their state or their state residents in a tax-friendly, like Oregon, which has no tax, or Florida, which has no tax, no income tax. And so that's where a lot of times you'll see military members that own a property in Hawaii, whenever they do go to sell, they actually will need to make sure they've gotten a waiver for their HARPTA, HARPTA tax, excuse me. So that's the FIRPTA and the HARPTA, but whenever they're selling it, not when they're buying it. So only on the exit, only whenever you're receiving income for the sale of that property is when you're going to have to pay it. But again, most of the time we don't see people that are doing that unless they're like investors that are abroad or out of state, or they're military members that may have an out-of-state resident, but they still need to get a waiver, and so they won't have to pay that anyway. And then there's a bunch of other a few other little cats and dogs that buyers various people are responsible for. So home inspections. So home inspections are responsible of the buyer because they're the ones that are actually buying the property. And then termite inspections. So the buyer chooses the vendor, but because the seller is in possession of the property, they're the ones that pay for the termite inspection. And so that's a buyer or a sell side fee typically. And actually lately we've been trying to see, if people, or there have been creative buyers that have said, hey, I'll offer to pay for your termite fee so you don't have to pay for your termite fee. Actually, technically, according to the lending laws, the seller still has to pay for that termite inspection, and they just give the report to the buyer. And then the last thing is cleaning. And that's generally going to be paid for by the seller. But that is, again, something that can be negotiated in this heavy, seller-friendly market. If a buyer wants to make a little play and say, hey, I want to give you, I'll give you a little break and I'll not require a cleaning, or I'll pay for the cleaning, that kind of thing, then that could work in their favor as well. So those are just a handful of recaps of, what are some of the customary closing costs in Hawaii. And yeah, so I wanted to just let you know that. For now, let's jump back into our Hawaii real estate roundup. All right, now if you've spent any time watching our show at all, you'll know that we do like to, what we do with this Hawaii real estate roundup is, let's see here, share that, share screen, share that, voila, voila. And let's go with, see what our single family market's looking like today. And see, so if you've watched this at all, you'll know that what I like to do is on a regular basis, I like to review the high, medium, and low of the properties that are brand new to the market. And what this does is it helps you as a buyer sort of get an idea over time, if you watch us on a regular basis, what kind of the properties are doing. And so let's jump right in and take a peek. So top of the stack here for today. Yesterday was a $9 million Diamond Head property. Today, we've got a coming soon in Lanikai. Oh, they do have, they do have some photos. Let's take a look at this little guy. $2.3 million coming soon. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet. Got a pretty generous lanai, it looks like. Naoka Okada is the listing agent. Congratulations on your listing, Naoka. Lanikai view of turquoise ocean. The beach was voted as one of the best beaches in the U.S. So yes, it was. This Lanikai hillside house is situated in a secluded, peaceful neighborhood, which Lanikai is. You can enjoy ocean view, sunrise and moonrise, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath home. Main space consists of 2-bedroom and 1-bath. The attached 1-bedroom, 1-bath with wet bar has a separate entrance. Partial update was done in 2004, including the 1-bedroom and bath unit and bathrooms. Permitted finished basement can be turned into another bedroom or living room. Large deck will be a perfect space to entertain friends and family, absorb sun, and enjoy a beautiful Lanikai ocean view. This will be the last chance to own a piece of Lanikai view property in such a great neighborhood with this offering price at $2.3 million. And I would agree, $2.3 million in Lanikai is kind of low. Now, let's see what this property is looking like here. They're kind of scant on interior photos. There we go. I have a few here. All right. Got a lanai outside, and there you go. You can see the mokes right up there off of the deck. Looks like that deck might need a little bit of work. That might be, this might be the downstairs 1-bedroom, 1-bath that they were talking about that everybody loves to use here in the islands for guests. Yeah, that's actually great. Nice little view there. Yeah, that deck looks like it's maybe could use a little bit of work, but still beautiful, beautiful view of the mokes. There we go. 343 Lapa Place over there in Kailua. There is your lot. Looks like a pretty good sized lot. You might actually could go uphill a little bit. I mean, at 2.3 million. I mean, for like I said, for Lanikai, this is actually a low. I mean, relatively low price. There's the sunrise in the mornings. You don't get sunsets in Lanikai, but you definitely get sunrises. You don't get sunsets, excuse me, but you definitely get sunrises. So there we go. Okay, fantastic. So offering at 2.3 coming soon. So let's see here. It looks like it's going to be, yeah, they don't have a date when they're expecting, but normally coming soons are 30 days in advance. So we'll probably expect to see this one come active here sometime in the next month. All right, now actually active, the top of the stack is on Kalaheo Street Also over in Kailua, a wonderful little spot. And before we jump in there, let's take a peek at this one. So this is going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,018 square feet of living space. Let's see here. 6 parking spots, brought to you by Peter Van de Verg over at Caldwell Banker. Congratulations, Peter, on your listing. This coveted prime location near the center of world-famous Kailua Beach, just minutes from the heart of Kailua town. Yeah, that's where Kalahewa is. It's right over there by kind of in the middle of Kailua Beach, right along the way there. So there you can see. Yeah, exactly. So this is the Kailua Beach Crescent, and North Kalaheo is right along this way. So and then you got South Kalaheo, and then around this little curve here is Lanikai. So we were just over here looking at this little Lapa. We were up here at that one, and now we're over here. But let's see here. Minutes from the heart of Kailua town, traditional single wall home is highlighted by just completed kitchen and laundry total renovation. The project includes new cabinets, quartz countertops, Kohler sink and faucets, stainless steel appliances, under cabin, and custom built-in lights, LVT luxury vinyl tile floorings, and high-performance tankless electric water heater. Additional improvements include electrical systems have been upgraded to 200 amps, which is nice. Replacement of all circuit boxes, kitchen and laundry room circuits, 3 split system ACs, new double pane windows, sliding glass doors, 6 new ceiling fans throughout the house to help cool the home. The main bathroom was updated with quartz vanity countertop, Kohler cabinets, new flooring, LVT. Let's see, WW carpet. What is that? New interior and exterior paint, private flag lot near Kalama Beach with deeded access. Kalama Beach Club membership is available to the new member. Kalama Beach Club is also a beach club that's over there as well, right next to Kalama Park, which is a great little spot. Square footage improvements does not match tax records. I am curious if this one was so this one may be, this is going to be probably maybe a little flip action here. So they bought this one in 2019. Well, I don't know, maybe not. They bought it in 2019 at 1.275, and here we are. Well, 3 years later, they're bumped it up by $1 million, and they've got a lot of upgrades. So they've got all new flooring, all new, the interior kitchen has been done up. They're really kind of making this is, I would say, sort of a pseudo flip. There you are. So you're on the west side of Kalaheo, so you're not on the beach side, but they do have this little access here down to the beach. So and then I think the club is right there. But yeah, Kailua Beach, one of the finest beaches in all the world, and you're going to be just minutes walk from it. What do we have here? All right. Brand new washer and dryer, more beach, little yard action, little umbrella and table. Nice little front yard with a nice, I think that's a nice big howe tree. I've talked about those in some of my other videos. Howe trees are some of my favorite trees for shade at the beach. They're just absolutely amazing. Some nice greenery. It's an interesting ceiling there. It looks like a wicker ceiling kind of scenario going on. But there you can see those giant leaves on the howe tree. They're just huge, and they make the best. Yeah, they make the best shade. I mean, they shade you from the sun. They shade you from the rain. They protect you from the rain. It's just a wonderful beach, wonderful tree. Looks like a little outdoor scenario there for a little outdoor dining area. Very nice, very nice. Brand new kitchen, all new appliances, quartz countertops, stainless steel, and a little green yard to boot on the floor. And they have a piano as well. Very nice. Outstanding. Well, Peter, congratulations again on that listing. Wishing you success with it over there in Kalama. I think that'll do very well for you. So that's the top of the active. I know the Lanikai one was excuse me, it was a coming soon, but that's the active. All right, let's go down to the middle of the stack. All right, so what's going to get us here in right around the middle of the stack. I don't know. I feel like I'm coming over here to Ocean Point. So 1.010, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. This one is going to be welcome to this beautiful 4-bedroom, 3 full bath residential home at Ocean Point. 1-bedroom and full bath downstairs. 26 owned PV panels with a net metering agreement. Central AC, ceiling fans in every bedroom. Stainless steel appliances, Korean countertops, and an island kitchen. Another great feature on this home is the extra 2 to 3 parking spaces in the backyard, aside from the 2-car garage, which is nice. Sold as is. Open house is this weekend. All right, let's take, we don't have any pictures. All right, this is brought to us by Irene Tagada. Congratulations, Irene, on your new listing. No pictures. That's understandable. Listed at 1.010. So over there in Ocean Point. Ocean Point, by the way, is going to be in Eva Beach. For those of you that are wondering and curious where this is, I'll just show you. So this is the Honolulu International Airport here. This is the H1 that kind of comes around here. We've got Kailua, Kaneohe over here, and then Diamond Head there, and then Eva Beach is over here, and then that's Ocean Point right there. All right. So that's the middle of the stack. You know what? I do want to check out one more over here in Coconut Grove. I just had a great conversation with a new client today, and him and his wife are kind of looking and interested in the Kailua area. And so I wanted to see kind of what we had here. This is a flag lot off of, it's Coconut Grove. Is that, that's going to be Malanui Street. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, so it's off of Oneava, not on Oneava, Kawai Nui Street. So it's a little bit farther back. Obviously, it's a little setback from the beach. Going to be very close to Kailua Town. Asking 1.129, and this one is 1,000 square feet of space, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. How much land? 5,200 square feet of land. Nice vaulted ceilings. Relatively new kitchen, it looks like. Separate garage with a driveway. Some nice grass for the yard. Interesting. Okay, so that's the so the garage is right there. Okay. You know, something I always like to consider when we're talking about where the garage is the grocery delivery path. You know, I don't know how many times you've hauled in, you know, stuff from Costco or Safeway or Foodland or whatever. And, you know, the closer the kitchen is to that garage, it's just a little more convenient. I was looking at a house over in Hawaii Kai a couple weeks back, and we had the top floor, the garage. It was an entry for the garage was on the top floor, and then it was literally I think it was 2.5, almost 3 flights of stairs down to get to the kitchen. So, you know, the grocery path was pretty long. So that's something you want to think about as far as your you know, groceries go whenever you're looking at houses. That's something I always like to bring up to my clients. So this is a nice little spot. Again, you can see Kailua Beach in the background, the beautiful azure Pacific there. This is looks like a dining table in the kitchen here. Okay. A nice potential candidate. Only 3 bedrooms, only 1.5 baths. Doesn't have central AC. Got the jalousie windows. Yeah, that's nice. I bet that'd be real nice in the evenings too. When the sun goes down, you could have a nice little area there in that yard to entertain or enjoy playing with the kids or whatever. So outstanding. Okay, so that was kind of the middle of the stack still. And then let's go down to the bottom of the stack. All right, let's see. So Wainaku Camp. Where is Wainaku Camp? 9 Ohana Place. Why have I not heard? Oh, this is in the Big Island. Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? why not? So again, Big Island does have a different MLS than Oahu, but sometimes agents want to list. I mean, there's none that says you can't. It's a statewide the same rules apply for the statewide. It's just we have MLS, across the way. The MLSs are generally broken down by Kauai, Oahu, Maui County, and Big Island. So those are kind of the breakdowns of the MLSs. But Hilo doesn't always get a lot of action, and so they want to put this one over here on Oahu. But the problem with that is sometimes you get people that want to move to Oahu, and then they think, oh my gosh, I can get this one for $325,000 until they realize that it's over on the Big Island. So nothing, just something to be aware of. And Hilo is on the windward side, and so it is a little bit rainy there, but close to the ocean though. Look at that. I don't know if you've got a beach there though. Maybe more of a rocky coast, but just up the coast a tad bit from Hilo. Oh yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, that's actually a nice little drive up there. Wainaku is going to be just north of Hilo. You drive up here and you come up to this valley up here. Where is it at? You got Waimea here, and then Wailoa Stream, Waipio Valley. I don't know why I couldn't think of that name of that, but Waipio Valley is this valley up here that's just magnificent. In fact, why don't I just take a quick gander right here for you so you can see. There it is. That's the Waipio Valley. How cool is that? And this is a drone photo. It looks like a drone 360 photo. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful photo. So right over here, there's the overlook, right? You can drive up here to this overlook. And then this is the road that goes down. And I actually have a buddy that his family owns property in the Waipio Valley there. Look at that ginormous fall. And then what's cool is that you can see the old Hawaiian trails up here on the side that they go up. You can see them. You can't really see them very well in this, but they kind of go up that way and then back this way. It's kind of like a big giant cut back. But this was like a super sacred valley for the Hawaiian people, and it's really, really amazing. I've never been down inside of it. In fact, now they don't let you go inside unless you are a landowner down here, or maybe you've got some local connection there. But this road is pretty sporty. You got to have a 4-wheel drive really to get down and back up this road. So I think they've just closed it off completely, unfortunately, because I guess one too many close calls. But at any rate, so over there on this side of the Big Island, again, different island, not Oahu, not the island I'm on. This is on the Big Island. You've got this little gem for $325,000. Looks like they've redone the kitchen. Got some reasonably recent flooring in here. And let's see here. Some kitchen action. Yeah, so not too complex. It's got a fresh coat of paint, it looks like, relatively, on it here. There we go. Yeah, so that's the bottom of the stack, $325,000 over on the Big Island. So, all right, well, listen, hey, thanks so much for those of you that have taken the time to watch this. I want to just let you know that, hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling here in the islands, we'd love to be able to help you out with your transaction. But why don't you take a look at our website, hpahomes.com. We've got all kinds of amazing properties there. You can see thousands of properties, beautiful properties here right in the islands. Everything from, multi-million-dollar estates down to, those just small entry-level condos. So, but hey, thanks so much for taking a moment out of your day to watch this content. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care. God bless and aloha. See ya.